This episode of Dads on Wrestling, the Dads on Music edition, with the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams, the Lady Killer, Ray Larkin, and TW's own Mr. Jeff Meacham, starts right now.
Sorry to disagree, it's not TW shirt. It is a Long Beach Clothing Company shirt, however.
And she's nice
and that's
enough
where
once
we
again
be.
to let us into their house, if you will.
Third show in a row.
Thank you, Long Beach Clothing Company.
I'm wearing a hat.
Now today we're going to cover the theme songs that every wrestling fan should have.
Well,
whether it's the official CDs, whether it's downloaded onto your iTunes, iPod, Zune, whether you've got it on your phone, whatever, these are songs that you should have with you in your car, on you at all times, because they're just that awesome.
We do not condone or advocate Napster or LimeWire.
No bootleg.
That's a bad Jimmy.
That's a bad little Jimmy.
Bad little Jimmy. Do not download.
And Big Jimmy, don't you be telling little Jimmy to do it for you.
You know, just a real quick review that actually helped me pick some of the songs for the WCW, because WCW didn't really have a lot of good songs.
They really
just
didn't.
want to put over this Best of Nitro DVD.
Chris Benoit's on it.
Chris
Just
Benoit
saying. Chris
made it.
Benoit gets an entrance.
Not blurred, not anything. He made it onto the DVD. It was awesome DVD. Find it on Shop Zone or your fine retailer.
Or Walmart.
Okay.
WWF, WWE.
Okay,
First one that comes.
go ahead.
Real American.
Yeah, brother.
Hulk Hogan, brother.
Hulk Hogan's theme.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ray. I stole your gimmick. I'm sorry.
Of course, the Ultimate Warrior, which I won't do an impersonation because make you watch that episode of.
That's right. Yeah, the rest about
Renegade
4
of
episodes. And Renegade. That's right. However, once Warrior got to the ring and stepped through the ropes, that was it. That was over. Yeah, it was over.
It was still entertaining to me to hear that song. Jim Johnston just rocking out on his guitar. That was an awesome song.
Yes. When you go to WWF, talk about Hogan, talk about Warrior, you talk about a theme that was used before Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm going back to the old school before any of us, except maybe Aaron, were born. Pomp and Circumstance.
There you go.
Gorgeous George. I'm sorry, Aaron. I'm sorry. I love you, dude. I'm sorry.
And to you marks you marks that don't know what he's talking about, it's the graduation song.
You can hear that song in every
guys-
graduation or commencement ceremony in the world. I cannot help it. Whenever I work a graduation at my job,
too, I know.
as soon as those chords start, I have to break out a "Ooh yeah!" And especially now that he's passed away, may he rest in peace, that's just going to trigger that memory.
A song that I was writing up here before we did this episode was the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase's theme song. I blast that shit going down the street, and you know, some people just look at me and some people go, man, you know?
The only thing I have a problem with the $1 Million Man theme is that in modern times, they've added more. It's like, come on, it was one of those and then the song, man. And it's like too much money overkill. I mean, DiBiase was a money overkill, don't get me wrong, but
talking about old school WWF themes, and you know, I've made it known that I wasn't a fan back then, so I had to, you know, get the CDs, download the songs on iTunes, whatever. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
WWF, yes. Definitely.
Hogan dies.
His common man boogie.
I will not do the Dusty Rhodes dance for the sanity of you all.
Thank you.
Because that stuff at the house is fail. Yes. Anyway.
And another classic one that I got to throw out there is the Honky Tonk Man.
Honky or Honky Love?
No, Honky Tonk Man. Cool, cocky, and bad.
Cool, cocky, and bad. There you go. Although Honky Love was pretty funny for what it was.
I liked the Rockers growing up.
Yes.
That's a cool theme.
I used to, when I didn't get my fix of the Warrior, when the Warrior didn't come out at the top of the, the top of the show, Wrestling Challenge, it was the Rockers for me. I used to really like the Rockers theme song. And if
while we're on the subject of tag teams, I got two more for you. One of whom Ray seriously hated on when we did our tag teams. Yes. That's the Legion of Doom. Their theme song was epic. And then the other one, of course, the Hart Foundation.
I think you say Demolition. Demolition song was badass.
Demolition song to me was kind of corny. Here comes the axe. Here comes the smash. That's just corny to me, dude. Seriously, like,
but it was the 80s.
If I heard that pumped into arena now, that'd be my bathroom break.
You know, Another riff on the LOD. I can't even listen to their song from start to finish. I skip to the next song on my iTunes.
Damn.
That's fail.
It's one thing to hate on Demolition, but dude, you're speaking ill of the dead here.
Next song. Which brings me, I did like the Hart Foundation. I actually like it, the original one. The first one, not the Chaz, the Bret Hart version.
See, I love that one. I'll get to that.
Jim Johnston's like, oh, he's going to be a main eventer now. Did that little extra.
He was channeling the Beatles and doing his whole
there you go.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jim Johnston. Even though they gave it to him later down the line, the Iron Sheik. I like his theme song, even though it was originally.
Hot Rod. God, Hot Rod. Holy cow.
Hot Rod. Big shout out to my fiance, her favorite star of the 80s, Roddy Piper.
The original Piper's Pit last week on Raw. That was really cool.
And we're talking about the original songs, guys, not the ones you've been seeing them come out to on WWE these days.
Oh no, I mean Piper's modern theme isn't horrible too. I mean,
But the original one was
instantly recognizable as soon as you hear those drums.
Yeah.
Speaking of drums, Sgt Slaughter.
Yep. Sgt Slaughter's field theme was way better on Slaughter. Because the Attend Hut, it was just the drums the whole way. You knew a badass was coming in.
Probably a good throwback was the Fabulous Freebirds theme song. I liked it. I liked
the Fabulous Rougeau Brothers.
I wouldn't piss on Michael P.S. Hayes if he was standing here in the middle.
There we go, Josh. There we go.
I guess I took a liking to it when they played it on.
We're all American boys.
On the
favorite.
They played the song on Legends of WrestleMania. I kind of got used to it because any of you gamers out there, they keep playing the song over and over, the same 5 or 10 songs. I got used to it.
Let's segue into the 90s now.
Stone Cold. Gotta go with him.
Right on.
Man, we put it into 1990.
Really? Okay, fine.
First thing I was going to do is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
I like the Sherry version.
The
Sherry
jumped
version.
the gun on me.
The Sherry
version.
Sensational Sherry singing his theme song.
And then, of course, Shawn singing it later on.
Shawn's is better. Sorry, Sherry was screeching and it was bad. And it was,
I just like the visual of Sherry behind the booth looking as hot as she used to singing the song, and not a mullet ass Shawn Michaels like, I think I'm cute. I think I'm you know.
Sherry still sounded better than Vicky Guerrero on the mic. I'm just saying.
It's not saying much though.
Yeah, that's not. But she looks.
She probably worked the mic better too.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's that.
May we continue on, please?
What?
Okay.
Now we can go ahead and get into
No.
So you want to hit with the what?
How about the 1, 2, 3 Kid? How about Razor Ramon? How about Mankind with a different theme coming in and going back out?
That was awesome.
The Undertaker's 20 themes over the course of the 90s. Yeah. The Funeral Dirge was awesome with The Undertaker. Let's see, the 90s.
Vader. Vader's theme was awesome.
Vader's in WCW was better, I thought. Vader's was good in WCW. I don't know if you saw it, right?
Ahmed Johnson, the Pro River Rip.
Wow. River Rip, there you go.
The Pro River Rip was an awesome song. I'm getting hated on by Josh in the background. I don't care what you say, boy. Put in your copy of WWF The Music Volume 2. Go to iTunes and download it. That song was epic.
Every time I work out,
they use that song to be on the map. I'm just saying.
I listen to Mr. Perfect's theme when I work out.
Mr. Perfect. Geez.
I mean, literally, when I throw out football 100 yards, when I shoot that basketball from downtown Long Beach to downtown LA.
When you think about 90s songs, you also got to think about something just went out of my head. I just lost it. Crap.
You'll think about it.
It'll come back to me.
Let's go. You know, 90s to me, even though it's a ripoff of Nirvana, the self high five theme from Diamond.
WCW.
I was kind of jumping in there.
You are jumping. You're jumping the gun, Ray.
You're jumping the gun, Ray. Jake the Snake had a good theme song too.
If you were a cokehead. No, if you wanted to just get high and just like listen to just some beats.
If he was wrestling today on the indie scene, he'd be using Styles P's I Get High, I Get High,
Pretty much to close out the 90s, one of the songs to close out the 90s, the Allied Powers.
If I may interrupt for a second.
Yes.
Have you smelled what the Rock is cooking?
The porno beat, or I would kind of give him the 2000. I'd give him the 2000, not the little porno beat like.
While you're talking about porno beats, dude, Val Venus had an awesome theme.
He did. Triple H.
Say what you want to say.
Hello, ladies.
1, 2, this song? I still wish you would go back to that song. That's his greatest theme song, in my opinion. No diss to Lemmy and Motorhead. But the 1-2, is this still on? My Time? Definitely good. Epic.
Alright.
Ken Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock was alright, yeah.
Ken Shamrock.
Now I remember. The Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
We got 3 white guys doing that, throwing that out there.
Yeah.
No, one's a Mexican. He's the non-Mexican Mexican, but he is Mexican.
The other white meat. Bum, bum, bum. Anyway.
I'll put it this way. Hey, you guys are out. You guys are a part of the.
While we're talking about the Nation, are you ready?
D-Generation X.
DX was awesome.
And I'm not talking about the watered-down DX that we had, even though it was the same theme song. I'm talking about Triple H, Chyna, X-Pac, and the New Age Outlaws. To me, that was by and far the best team.
Hey, the Mike Tyson
Nothing
remix wasn't bad.
Nothing against Trips, Shawn, Chyna, and Rick Rude, because that was the original. But the best DX was the Triple H led with the Outlaws and X-Pac.
But the theme was consistent no matter what DX it was.
Except for the little bit of time when Aggression came out and they were using the Run DMC Kings.
You know, it took me 10 years to forget that. That's a lot.
I love that song. Run DMC, say what you want about Run DMC, but Run DMC's King song was awesome.
Straight edge,
the music video with the Hardy Boys jumping off of the balcony on the crash pads and stuff. Freaking hilarious. Triple H with the sledgehammer destroying the parked car.
That was cool, I'll give you that. That was
freaking
cool.
Reminded me of the Michael Jackson Black or White video where he goes deep shit on the parked car after jumping from a Panther and a Michael Jackson.
Stephanie the Tube Top.
Yeah, there you go. Stephanie with her boobs like half hanging out. That's always good. 2000s.
Again, The Rock, you know.
His Hollywood theme, though.
Hollywood theme was
the really slow with the helicopter over the skyline, and then comes in with the bam. That was awesome.
I'm gonna have to say Brock Lesnar.
I was just gonna say
Brock. The next big thing when he came out, every mark used to come. Every mark I used to see around, they used to do the little jump. They used to always think they were Brock Lesnar. He was a big hero back in 03.
Brock's theme on TV was made by Taz. Every week on SmackDown, before
here goes the pain. Boom. Taz's theme. The original with the heartbeat. And then just the drums and guitars, and then the Cypress Hill Rock Superstar remix.
I will discuss Taz more on part 2. We are going to go to part 2, no question about that. In ECW. I'll talk about Taz in ECW show.
Edge is 2003 theme.
Any of Edge's themes. From his brood, you know, coming out from the fire, Gangrel and Christian, looking like Dr. Teeth with his big ass toothy grin, to the You Think You Know Me and coming through the crowd, Never Gonna Stop.
Never Gonna Stop was awesome.
To Metalingus, which he used all the way up till his retirement. I cannot think of a shitty Edge.
I can't either.
I cannot.
Maybe a Sexton Hart.
The
Hardys when they were a team was good. Yes. Once they split up, it was kind of like. Although Matt Hardy V1 was alright.
Yes. Matt's theme song was good.
We won't even discuss the TNA themes.
The one that Jeff used at the very end, I thought was kind of cool.
Who puts a tambourine in there?
Evolution.
My God. Ric Flair, the theme he used for 25 million years.
I was going to talk about that in WCW.
But he used WWE too, so
Well,
NWA even, But yeah, Ric Flair, Batista, I think was awesome.
Because I Walk Alone.
Yes.
Saliva.
Randy Orton, both Randy Orton songs.
And voices, yes.
All right, we are getting the wrap up. We were CM Punk, the theme that Randy Orton originally used.
Basic Thugonomics.
Yes, and
not My Time Is Now.
I disagree.
I can flush that song down the toilet, but Basic Thugonomics was the business.
The opening chord of My Time Is Now. That place goes ape shit. I'm sorry.
The violins on Basic Thugonomics, I think, is better than the horns on My Time Is Now. We're getting the wrap-up signal, though.
The horns WrestleMania 24, anyway. That was
yeah, the drum line. I thought Nick Cannon was going to come out with him, seriously. He's a good buddy. But anyways, we're getting the wrap-up signal here. So that's going to have to do it. I know we forgot themes, so don't post comments talking about, well, you forgot this person, you forgot that person.
Because
time expired.
Part Dose is
coming up next.
This is just part 1. Stop hating.